Hi, my name's Tony Cruse. I run TC Dog Training. I deal with training and behaviour of dogs. Today we're going to be looking at an exercise I call Chuck the Cheese. Apart from it being a great fun exercise, what it also does is teach the dog a little bit of impulse control. Now what impulse control is self-control. So if a dog sees another dog in the distance, rather than pelting off after it, the dog's actually going to think twice and perhaps check in on the owner, and the owner is you. Okay, so Chuck the Cheese, it can be cheese, it can be a little bit of kibble, it's whatever little bit of food that your dog is excited by. And the actual reward for the exercise is the cheese or the kibble, but also a little bit of nose work. So we're hoping to exercise your dog's nose. It's a sense that your dog doesn't use as much as perhaps he could. So we want to get him exercising his nose, using his brain, and therefore feeling stimulated. Many dogs are exercised, they're running around the field, they do not get enough stimulation. A dog's head is all kitted out to go and find food, to go and forage, and we give them their food in a bowl. So that bit of equipment they've got is not being fully used. So apart from dealing with impulse control, dealing with focus, we can actually get the dog using his nose, and that becomes the reward, because the actual scent work is innate. Dogs can do it anyway and they love it. It's not all about the cheese. So I'm here today with Penny and Treacle. Treacle's 7 months, so perfect opportunity to teach impulse control to a young dog. So what treats have you got on you today?
I've got some sausage.
Does Treacle like sausage?
She loves it.
Brilliant, great start. So what I want you to do is just show Treacle a little bit of sausage and just simply drop the sausage onto the grass, allowing her to find it. That's it, good. And you're going to do it again. This time you're going to throw it a little away, keeping it within the length of the lead. So show it to her nose and just throw it. That's good, let her go and find it, brilliant. So now when you do this, Treacle knows there's something out there. That will be our cue for her to go and search.
Okay.
So what I'd like you to do is just take hold of her harness. So you can crouch down, we can go down, hold on to a harness. This time you're going to do exactly the same there. So you're going to show Treacle the treat and you're just going to toss it maybe a foot away from you. Okay. But don't let Treacle go just yet. What we're waiting for is a little bit of calmness from Treacle. So when Treacle stops pulling and you can feel a little second of relaxation, I want you to say good and then pretend to throw it out again, allowing her to find it.
Okay. So
just show it to her nose and then just toss it out, but don't let her take it. Yep, so just wait. You're just waiting for her to relax. Don't pull on the lead, just wait, just hold it. Second you feel her relax, you're going to say good. Lovely. Good. That's it. Okay, and you're going to repeat that. And the idea is we're not pulling back on the lead or the harness or the collar. We're just holding it. So show the treat on her nose. You want to hold the harness a little bit closer, that's good. And just throw it out. That's it. And just going to wait for that relaxation. Yeah, lovely. So straight away we're dealing with impulse control. Now what Treacle's doing now, rather than charging after the bit of sausage, she's actually learning to relax. Now the more we do this, the more she's starting to relax before she gets the good stuff, before she gets to go and meet another dog, before she goes out the back door for a pee. So we're going to build on that now. What you're going to do, you're going to throw the treat out again so she can see it. This time we're waiting for a little bit of behaviour. So now is the behaviour that we're going to be rewarding with the sausage. So what you're doing now, you're going to wait for a little bit of eye contact. Now eye contact is so important in dog training. If a dog's giving us eye contact, they're communicating with us. Once you've got eye contact, you've got the dog. So this time you're going to throw it out and I want you to wait. Rather than when she relaxes, which she's going to do, this time she will give you a split second eye contact. The second she does, good, and you're going to allow her to go and search for the sausage. So you're going to hold her harness, this gives you a little bit more control. That's it. Now you're just going to wait it out. Now this can take a little while for Treacle to work it out. At some point she's going to think, oh mum, and we're waiting for it now. This is important. Treacle's just thinking, how do I get the sausage? That's it. She's looking at me and we're just waiting it out. She knows the sausage is out there. And it's worth waiting for. It could be easy to prompt this, but we want treacle to establish and work it out. So just keep hold of that. At some point she's going to look around and go, Mum. So keep hold. What you will find is the more you do this, the quicker your dog starts checking in with you. For the first time you do it, it can seem painfully slow. You'll want to prompt it. Yeah, does she look at you? Brilliant, excellent, yeah. Excellent.
Girl.
So this smelling, this scenting for the treat is the rule. Look at her tail, she's loving it. Now the actual reward is not the food, it's the search. You can see how much she enjoys it. So I want you to repeat that. Again, hold the harness. If your dog's not on a harness, you could hold the collar. That's it, now just wait. That's it. What we do want is a dog knowing that there's something out there and almost pointing in that direction. So the second you get eye contact, you're going to mark it. Yay, brilliant. And send her out, that's it. So a split second you get the eye contact. Good, you've got a really big quick, yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant. Treacle is only 5 months old, a very young puppy, and we got a certain amount of success. Now if Penny goes away and practices that, she can build upon the eye contact and the impulse control. We're here with Skylar, who's a little bit older now and certainly motivated. So now what I'm waiting for Skylar is a little bit of eye contact. So I'm going to show Skylar the treat and I'm just going to toss it out into the grass. I'm just waiting for Skylar. Good. Second Skylar gave me the eye contact there, I'm allowing her to go and search for the food. Good, and lots of praise when she finds it. The thing with Skylar is if she can't find it, I'm not going to tell her where it is. That is far too easy for her. So once again, show the treat, hold the collar and toss. Good. Second she looks at me, good girl. And because she enjoys it so much, she's coming back for more. Okay, what we can do now we're getting our eye contact, now I can build upon that and I can ask for any other behaviour that we've been practicing. So after the eye contact now, I'm going to ask for a sit. So I'm going to throw the treat out. Sit. Good. So now what we're doing, apart from getting eye contact, we're getting a nice sit as well. You could do that with any exercise that you're actually training. It might be a down, it might be a sit, it might even be a recall. So again, Skylar, show Skylar the treat. I'm going to hold the collar, toss the treat. Wait for me eye contact, sit. Good. And then send her out to find it. So the reward here is the search and the food. Good girl, yes. Good girl, come on in. Come on in. So the more you play that, the quicker your eye contact will happen, the better your bond, and you can build any behaviour once you're getting your eye contact. The point is the reward is not necessarily with us, it's external, it's in the grass. If you really want to test your dog's nose, you go into an area of longer grass. So the dog can't see the food straight away, they have to really work with that brilliant nose of theirs. With this exercise, obviously you want the dog motivated for the food. You don't want too many other distractions around because it's not really helping your dog. So you start off in an area of low distraction such as your garden, and there's absolutely no reason why you can't play this game in your living room. So you could throw the food into your living room carpet and build it up. You may then practice it in a park such as this where there are other distractions, but don't just start in an area full of other dogs or other distractions. So you build slowly, a little bit of eye contact initially, and then you start building your behaviours after the eye contact. Remember to mark the behaviour, good, and then send your dog out. And then you can chain behaviours on together. You could do a sit down, good, send your dog out. So plenty of behaviours you can play around with. Once your dog understands this exercise well, you can start developing more behaviours. So for example, I could put the eye contact on cue. So when my dog looks at me, I could say watch, and then good, and then send the dog out. So you can start cueing your behaviours and developing more and more behaviours. In fact, one of the best exercises and probably the target for many people is to get a good recall. When the good stuff's out there, but you've got to call your dog back to you, that is a great exercise. So what I would do now, I'm going to gamble a little bit. I'm going to throw the food out and wait for my eye contact. Skylar, come. Skylar, calling it, good. So I called Skylar back, only a foot. She came back to me. Her reward was then to go out and get the food. Okay, with this exercise, you've got to pay particular attention to the way you restrain the dog initially. What you don't want to do is have the dog on a loose lead and the dog runs out to get the food and hurts their neck. So initially I would hold the collar. You don't want to be pulling the dog, jerking the dog, just keep hold of the collar, and that way good. That way I'm not hurting the dog. So very important not to jerk the lead around. Another mistake people can make is your timing. So when you get that eye contact, the split second you got it, you mark it. If you've got a clicker, you click and then send your dog out. Another thing to look out for is your cue. To send your dog for a search, you want really a nice straight arm, because eventually when you progress this exercise to such an extent, the food might be, you know, a good sort of 10 meters out there. You want to just better go like that and send your dog out. It's a nice clear cue for the dog to go and find something. So it's almost like a find it cue. So when I am teaching this, I pay particular attention to the throwing technique. So again, with Skylar, I'm going to hold a collar, I'm going to throw it out like that. When I get the eye contact, see the way I'm throwing my arm out, that's her cue to go and search. So practice that. The more you practice it, the better you get, the more eye contact you achieve, and the better your relationship with your dog. So rather than your dog deciding to go and chase another dog, they'll be giving you eye contact, almost asking you, can I go and chase that other dog? Can I go and chase for the cheese? So they're actually checking in with you, very, very important. And also you're exercising the dog's nose. Skylar here will be very, very tired later, not because she's been running around, but because she's have to work for the little pieces of food and think about it. So keep practicing, have a lot of fun, and enjoy Chuck the Cheese.